Vista Maria in Dearborn Heights is ending its residential treatment program for girls. It's happening after the investigators at Local 4 spent months revealing problems and pushing for answers. And tonight, we're getting reaction from people who lived and worked there.
Vista Maria was capable of providing those resources if they would have focused on their youth and not the dollar signs.
Thanks so much for joining us at 6. I'm Ty Steele.
I'm Kimberly Gill. The investigators at Local 4 have been out in front of this story from the very beginning. Our Ericka Erickson exposing the problem when it first surfaced in March with a teen going missing from the facility. And we learned there'd been hundreds of police calls to Vista Maria. Then uncovering dozens of violations by digging through state data about complaints and how they'd been handled.
Ericka confronted leadership, sitting down for tough conversations with 2 Vista Maria executives, and all that attention spurred action, leading the state to put a temporary freeze on the program this past spring. And now Vista Maria is ending its residential youth mental health services program.
For reaction, we turn to Ericka Erickson live in Dearborn Heights. Ericka, you've heard from so many people in your investigation of this story, and now you're hearing there's a lawsuit in the works.
Yeah, that's right. And we just learned moments ago that 7 people have retained attorneys planning to file suit against Vista Maria. And we just received a statement just moments ago. We'll get that on your screen for you. It's from attorney Michael Jaafer. It says in part, quote, "We've begun investigating disturbing allegations from former residents of Vista Maria that sound more like a real life Hunger Games than a place meant to protect children. Several survivors have now retained our firm, and we anticipate filing suit." Now, I have spoken with them, and they do plan to hold a news conference at some point next week where some of those girls will be speaking. We'll have much more on that. Now, this change here at Vista Maria is affecting nearly a dozen girls and roughly 100 employees, and many of the former and current employees and residents that we spoke with say this is a very, very long time coming.
You said you were emotional when you heard. Tell me how you were feeling.
I mean, I was excited that they're actually being paid attention to now and being held accountable.
7 months after her teenage family member, a trafficking survivor, ran from the Dearborn Heights facility, found staying with a 62-year-old man.
I was frustrated that it took so long.
And after learning Dearborn Heights police have been called to the campus 368 times in a year, the investigators on Local 4 looking into dozens of violations and allegations of sexual and physical assault on residents and staff. Vista Maria announcing this week that it's, quote, making a thoughtful shift in how we serve Michigan's youth by ending residential youth mental health programming. The facility transferring the remaining 11 girls in its care to other facilities by December.
I feel like I've been screaming at the top of my lungs about this place for years, and I haven't been heard. We are one step closer to unsilencing voices that have been silenced for decades.
The investigators on Local 4 digging through hundreds of state reports, finding food and training violations, allegations of threats and verbal abuse, and inappropriate relationships between staff and girls. The state then suspending placements at Vista Maria from April through July. 33 girls discharged during the suspension.
Reading those allegations kills us. And that's why you've seen a lot of terminations coming out of Vista Maria, because safety is sacred to us.
During that time, the facility and the state saying they worked to improve outcomes for the youth they serve, quote, to assess progress and develop a readmission plan.
We are not taking more kids until we have the right staff at the right time in the right buildings. Period.
Some of the issues not unique to Vista Maria, as leaders from other Michigan facilities have reported similar challenges.
And police contacts have soared 457%. This is unsustainable from our perspective.
Mental health is on the rise in our youth. Vista Maria was capable of providing those resources if they would have focused on their youth and not the dollar signs.
What do you want to see next?
I want to see them get justice for what they went through.
So what does justice look like? Well, some residents, some employees say they want to see Vista Maria shut down completely. Others say they want to see action at the state level. Now, we did reach out to a spokesperson for Vista Maria. We still have questions. We did want a comment on this potential news conference set up for next week. We are waiting to hear back. Reporting live outside Vista Maria in Dearborn Heights, Ericka Erickson, Local 4.
But incredible work and getting some action on this story. Ericka, thank you so much. And you can read up on